Hi YouTubers, so I'm back and I'm coming to you with a brief video. One of the things I want to talk about is I don't know if I've been seeing it a lot or it's been coming up a lot, but it's about being in control in your relationship or being controlled in your relationship. It's very important to know when someone is trying to control you versus someone is or has your best interest at heart, right? So just a long story really short, when I was 19 years old, I was in a relationship with a guy who I thought it was cute that he was jealous, or I thought it was cute that he didn't want me to wear tight clothes, until it got to a point where it began to be where it was, you're wearing that because you want dudes to look at you, or you're trying to be a hoe, or just the name callings and stuff like that. So it was cute at first, and then it was kind of like, well, you don't like what I wear, buy my clothes. And then he took it literally, he bought my clothes. And so I was dressing where stuff didn't fit me. I mean, it fit me, but it wouldn't be the way that I would have bought it, right? Or it wouldn't even been the clothes that I would have bought. And so I would put it on because it made my boyfriend happy. And he manipulated me in the way of thinking that I would be a hoe, or that I was attracting other dudes because of how I was dressed. Now, I wouldn't dress with anything hanging out. I probably wore my shirts low cut so you could see some of my breasts, but I mean, it wasn't crazy. I wasn't that type of girl. I probably wore tight pants, but who doesn't wear tight pants? I didn't wear like really scantily clad clothes or anything crazy. But I got into a situation where he was controlling by what I wore, and then it became where I was going and who I was with. And anytime I went somewhere, this is back in the beeper days, where every time I went somewhere, he'd be paging me. He wanted to know who I was with. He wanted to know the phone number to the person I was with. So if I said I was going to my best friend's house, he wanted her phone number, so he'd call her phone and be blowing her up and double checking to make sure that I was there, right? And so I say all of that to say, be cautious about those type of things. They seem so subtle in the beginning. They come off as, he just wants you to look nice, or, he's picking out how you wear your hair, or he's picking out your clothes and those type of things. But I think once it gets into the name calling, when it gets into how you spend your money, he wants to control how you spend your money or how different things go. I think until you're in a relationship where you live together and when you share your money, I think it should be choices that you make together. I don't know. I mean, unless you're horrible with money, talking about money, unless you're horrible with money and it's somebody who's going to help you save your money, then I'm all gung ho. I'm all about saving. But I think you should be smart to think about how you're managing your money and think about what this person's telling you about managing your money. Do they only want to control it and give you a portion, or is it where they're teaching you about how to manage your money, things you shouldn't buy, and showing you why, and showing you how saving over time is going to be beneficial to you? Then it's different when it's teaching versus controlling and telling you, this is your money, but you can have an allowance of $20 and I have to control the rest. That's different, right? And so I want everyone to be aware, when someone's trying to control you, it turns into, it's this sweet thing that this person cares about me, they want the best for me, until it becomes a form of abuse almost, right? It could be mental abuse, emotional abuse, and how they say things to you, how things come off. And recently I've spoken to someone about a relationship that they're in, and their mate is controlling, but they see it as being a positive thing. This person's looking out for them, and they're making sure that that their life is set up. Now this person is in her 20s. Her boyfriend is in his 30s, but he manages their money. And so if she wants to buy something for her kids or for her nephews or whomever, she has to save money in a different account so that he doesn't know about it. And in my opinion, I think that's too much to have to do. I think you should be able to say, I mean, you work, you make your own living, you should be able to say, I want to buy such and such for whomever, I want to spend $50 on them, and it be okay. Maybe you have to go back and forth a little bit and say, is this really needed? Or, can we afford this? Maybe. But to have to save on the side so you can do what you want to do, I think it's a lot. I think it falls into that controlling dynamic, and I think it's very I think it's almost like a trap where you can get caught into, where you have to be protective of your things and your space and what you control in your life, right? And you also don't want to be the person who's controlling another individual, because it's manipulative. Like, you don't and people who are controlling, they know that they're manipulating the situation. They know who they're dealing with, and there is a benefit for them, right? But if you're going through that situation, you want to make sure that you stop it short where you are now, because you don't want to get so involved where now you have feelings invested. And usually that's when it happens, when there are feelings invested, when there's some kind of emotional exchange that happens, that the person knows that, okay, now I can get this person, and you want to make sure that you catch it quickly, and you want to be able to run from it, or at least check the situation. Even if you don't run, be able to check it and say, no, that's not what I'm going to do. And then that person either has to make a decision, or you have to make a decision, and it's okay, right? But you don't want to get so caught up in being controlled that this person controls your every thought, your everything you do, everything you spend your money on, everything you wear, everywhere you go. You don't want to get caught in that, because that borderlines abuse, or that can turn into all kind of different abuses at that point. And so I'm saying this all to say that it's important that you control as much of your life as you can, while you can. I have this hat on, and it's interesting that I have this hat on and I'm talking about this. It wasn't intentional, but it says, I define myself, or I define me. And it's really important that you understand that you have to define who you are. And you are the one who chooses who you want to be. No one else can make that decision for you. People can put their labels on you. But if you define who you are for yourself, what everyone else says doesn't matter. And you have to be that way when it's about your life, controlling your life, or who's controlling your life. It's important that you understand who you are and what you want. And if it doesn't feel right, let it go. If it doesn't feel right, it's not for you. Something in your soul is not sitting well. So I wish you all the best. I send lots of love, lots of hugs. If you want to get in contact with me, sglover226@aol.com, or also put notes in the comments. I look forward to speaking with you guys soon, and have a great day. Bye.